What's up, guys? Welcome back to Album of the Month. I know it's been a while. It's like at the very last day of this month almost because, I don't know,
schedule conflicts, but we have the Album of the Month.
Too many videos going on. But yes, I have a guest today, John from ARTV, and we're going to be talking about the new Boston Manor album, Be Nothing. And this came out, when did this come out? November?
This came out the end of November, I believe it was. And I heard a lot of people talking about it. And saying,
I recommended it to you, didn't I?
You did.
I saw people talking about it in the community, and I was like, oh. And I knew they were touring with Moose Blood and some other pop punk bands, so I definitely wanted to check it out. And it's pretty much right up my alley, which I'm sure it will be right up your guys' alley if you're into pop punk bands. They're similar to Moose Blood. I feel like if you're into them, you'll be into this band. But they also kind of remind us of like 2000s.
Right, kind of like, I would say like the early 2000s, maybe in terms of some of like the lyrical like concepts, like what they're talking about on the album, and the way that the instrumentals sound, like the fast-paced drumming that's a little bit punk-inspired, like you already mentioned with the pop punk thing. If you liked like 2000s pop punk that was like kind of on the smarter side of things, then I think you enjoy this as well.
Another thing that's kind of interesting that always like catches my attention about this band is like the singer, like his accent is so like evident in these songs, like it's just so obviously British, and I just find that kind of entertaining.
I enjoy that whenever you can hear a singer like Maddie from the 1975,
you can tell, like,
or the singer from Basement. I feel like a lot of the time you can totally tell that is coming through in their voice. It's something that's different, breaks up kind of the monotony of the singers that you hear in the US.
It definitely does kind of make them stand away from just all the other generic pop punk bands that are out there right now. I feel like, you know, they're gonna stick out.
Oh yeah,
definitely, because I don't know, they do have a different sound in a way.
And if you're looking for like what is this band gonna be like? Are they like kind of like a fun band? Is it more serious? I feel like they're one of those bands that strike this really cool balance between having fun with the instrumentals. Like there's some upbeat ones, like "Forget Me Not," one of your favorite songs, and one of mine as well.
It's kind of contradicting because they'll have like the instrumental parts will be more fast-paced, upbeat, but like the lyrical content is kind of more depressing, sort of leaning towards the emo side of pop punk, I guess. Right. But it doesn't necessarily sound sad all the time. It's still something that you can just throw on and kind of like jam to in the car.
Right.
We did that like the other day, just kind of bump to the music.
It's a fun, quick album because it's like just over 30 minutes. You've got 10 songs, and there's not a bad song on it, to be quite honest.
We literally, like, it's hard for us to come up with which ones are our favorites because you hear these choruses and they're all like pretty much almost equally like entertaining.
Right, as you kind of like sample through it, you're like, all right, which ones are our favorites? Let's narrow it down. I'm like, oh, that one's good. See You, that's got a great chorus on it. Kill Your Conscience, I love the instrumental. Seriously, that one, the outro on that one, the guitar solo, fantastic. And then you've got like Burn You Up. I think that's
probably the best song on the album, I'd say.
And it's honestly, it's not going to be long before I think these guys are getting bigger and bigger tours, not only in the UK, but obviously here as well.
Another favorite of mine is Stop Trying, Be Nothing. And I don't know why, I just love the chorus on that one. Like I said before, I feel like a lot of these choruses are super enjoyable. They're going to kind of stick with you. I feel like they're easy to pick up and sing along to. And then another one that you mentioned that I liked was Forget Me Not. And this one, honestly, like, when you hear it the first time, you probably won't pay attention to those lyrics, but like, it's like so... Like,
it's like a dagger going into the heart almost, because
it's so sad.
If you've been affected by somebody or a loved one, a relative or something that's been affected by Alzheimer's disease, that's what this song is about, or else dementia or something like that, and just like kind of forgetting, like, and like seeing someone going through the turmoil of that.
And like they forget who you are and just the family and everything. That's something that I've been kind of struggling with, like, in my family.
And something that I've dealt with as well, yeah.
So, like, once I really read those lyrics, I was like, oh my god, like, this is crazy. It definitely became, like, one of my favorite songs on the album because of that reason. It does kind of, you know, cut me deep, literally.
Right, exactly. I think another good thing about this album and what they did right here was kind of striking those instrumentals with his kind of aggressive tendencies as a vocalist. You're going to hear some harsher moments.
It's like aggressive but like smooth at the same time.
Right,
it's not like ragged or rough.
He just has like a little outburst here and there, like on Burn You Up. There's
like deeper scream. That's one of the best parts on the whole album.
And it's just like little moments like that that kind of sprinkle through, and you're like, wow, that was a really great moment, but they didn't do it too over the top. So if you're thinking, oh, this band is going to be too intense for me,
they're not very aggressive. It's just every once in a while, but it's just enough.
You know, I feel like this album is really perfect for summer, but you feel quite the opposite.
I honestly feel like it's a total winter vibe. Like, I don't know why. I feel like I don't know. It just because it came out, I guess, towards the beginning of winter,
Right.
and I don't know. It's just like the tone of it is. It's not like super gloomy, but it's like pop punk, but not like summer pop. I don't know. When I think there's two different kinds of pop punk when I think about it. I think I like the story so far, which totally reminds me of like summer and
I would agree with you there.
Then this band is just kind of like the more like emo side of it. Like Moose Blood is very wintry to me and like more dark.
How about we take a 50-50 compromise and say that this is perfect kind of like fall music transitioning to winter.
Right.
So I could agree with you there. I think that there's definitely a vibe. I could play it really year round, but it just kind of goes to show you that music hits everybody differently.
Right.
So what are your 3 favorites off the record? Let's narrow it down to 3 each.
My favorites are Burn You Up, like we talked about, Forget Me Not, and then Stop Trying Be Nothing. But I also really like Lead Feet and Leica.
Yeah.
Totally pick, but
yeah, it's hard. It is really hard to narrow it down.
Really great songs.
I'd have to say my overall favorite is probably Kill Your Conscience. Forget Me Not is another huge one for me. And I really enjoy the closing track, Fossa, as well. It's one that I feel like I kind of overlooked at first, but as I started paying attention to the lyrical content and like the concept of the track a little bit more, it started hitting home for me all that much more.
Definitely check out this album. I think it's really great. You're going to love a lot of these songs. The chorus is, like I said, very, very fun to listen to. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks to John for coming on. We're going to be doing some other videos very soon. So stay tuned for those. Don't forget to subscribe and give a like to this video, and I will see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.